Why is freelancing the best and the scariest decision that I made in my life? A few months ago, I was doing a workshop and one-on-one coaching for one of the fastest growing digital banks here in the Philippines. As a 25-year-old who was fresh out of college, I thought I'd be super hyped when I got them as a client. And it turns out the hype was just temporary. I was feeling some burnout, some demotivation while doing the coaching and designing the workshop. So I just powered through with doing the workshop and the one-on-one coaching with at least 9 people in the company. And fast forward to now, I'm freelancing full-time as a video editor. While transitioning from corporate to freelance was very, very terrifying many months ago, I still think it's one of the best decisions I've made this 2024. So I want to share with you 6 reasons why I think transitioning into video editing was a lot better for me and one of the best decisions I made. Number 1 is people are not too mindful with communication in corporate. Whether it's being a full-time employee or a freelancer, as long as your project is connected to something corporate, it will drain you. And with the world now, everyone wants to move fast, especially in corporate. So no matter how many mental health strategies and boundaries you set for yourself, as long as you match up with someone who has some unhealthy work ethics in corporate, your well-being will be ruined. I recall that time I was already freelancing as a workshop assistant and a co-facilitator for workshops. I basically help design and redesign some workshops that we give to clients, usually companies that need help with learning particular skills. Skills like communication, leadership, and all the like. So it was not a 9-to-5 job. It was not a full-time gig. It was supposed to be good. For me as a 24-year-old, it was supposed to be good since it was learning how to facilitate from a experienced facilitator and improving my skills as I go. But here's where things got complicated. At that time, I wasn't aware of how sensitive I was and how much mental preparedness I needed when receiving feedback. So with my mentor, it was usually giving me feedback immediately after the workshops. But that was hard for me since receiving feedback immediately right after the workshops was really stressful and increasing my anxiety levels for every workshop that I did. So after workshops, my mentor would usually go, I have some feedback, let's talk now. And my anxiety would be raised so high that I would just, break or even just freeze. Later on, I did set my boundaries, which you should. I said it would be better if we schedule feedback sessions where I can prepare mentally. And also if I could get some context before receiving feedback so I don't overthink if it's very, very bad. But then it was still not respected, so I just decided to leave. So why would I consider this experience as something corporate even if I was technically a freelancer? I'm considering this as still corporate since my mentor was also coming from a corporate setup, if you know what I mean. Even when he was also freelancing, I think he got used to the traditional ways of doing things, the traditional ways of managing people. Of course, I could have handled it better and asserted myself more. I could have communicated my needs a lot better, like tell him these are what I need to feel safe and to be able to at least receive feedback in a clear way. But I don't know, the traditional communication style that people have in corporate is just really, really stressful for me. So if I were to come back to corporate, I think it's with the condition that my bosses and the people I work with have good communication styles and we vibe well with each other. And at least they're very mindful of creating a psychologically safe space for everyone. The next reason why I think switching to video editing was one of the best decisions I made this year is because my freelance niche that time was not very sustainable. I was facilitating workshops and doing one-on-one coaching for people. And I thought it was going to be sustainable in the long term, but I realized it's not very sustainable. One reason is you have to be the one to facilitate, especially in the Philippines where they look for the person, like the facilitator, not really the course itself. So if I were to sell someone a course, they would always ask, oh, who's facilitating? Is it someone known? Is it someone famous? Is it someone good? They would be looking for the person, not really the course itself. So it's sort of hard to scale. So if I wanted to rest for a month, I can't since I have to be the one facilitating and I have to be there to at least facilitate. I can outsource facilitation, like find another facilitator. I've done that once, but it's not like you can always just find people who are fit and are easy to work with. That's another thing. Same goes for coaching. If you're familiar with coaching, it's really having a one-on-one session with someone where you set the goal in the beginning, then you work toward achieving that goal for the session by the end. It's not like I can just outsource my one-on-one coaching and find someone who can do the coaching for me, unless I build a good enough brand for it so people look for the brand instead of me. But I think even globally, people look for the coach, not really the brand. I tried doing it with my brand. I call it Happy Minds, where I do coaching for adults with ADHD. But I didn't get enough traction in social media to grow it and also get a sustainable amount of clients to keep it sustained for a long period of time. So with this one, it's also not the right time to be building a coaching brand, since I'm young, I'm not known yet, and I don't have enough network yet to actually sustain it as a business. The next reason why I enjoyed switching to video editing rather than doing workshops and coaching is because workshops and coaching results take too long sometimes. With workshops and coaching, the goal is really to help people achieve something, right? For career coaching, it's helping people achieve their career goals. Goals like finding their first job, getting a raise, or transitioning to a new career. With ADHD coaching, it's helping them with well-being, managing their ADHD symptoms, and also productivity, most likely. So with both workshops and coaching, it's really helping people move from point A to point B and achieve the goal that they have. But the thing with it is success won't come at an instant. You can't just solve all your problems with one coaching session. It could be a series of 12 coaching sessions in a span of 6 to 8 months before you can even achieve something. Same with the workshops that I design. A company could be asking me to make a well-being workshop for their managers. But one thing is, it's not like all managers want to work on well-being. Not all of them care about it. Usually they really just focus on results. They don't care about well-being at all most of the time. And I've had workshops where managers explicitly said that they don't care about their people's well-being. They just want their own goals to be satisfied. And I was sad. I was really sad hearing that. I was really upset when I just felt like it was hopeless for that team, and I just wanted everyone to resign and go to a better manager instead of just sticking to the same one. So workshops won't really guarantee that the participants will practice the thing. So at the end of the workshop, I'll just be hoping that they actually do it, that they actually practice it. But I have no guarantee. I won't know if they were able to at least practice better communication skills or to even practice building psychologically safe spaces for their team members. And this leads me to my next reason why I like video editing more. And it's because video editing gives me more instant result. Video editing is more tangible in a sense. I can enjoy the editing process in the moment, and I can also enjoy seeing the output that I made. Seeing my hard work posted online, seeing the way I do sound design, seeing my color grading, seeing my transitions and my storytelling, seeing the subtle pauses I put in videos to at least emphasize something or to slow it down. And yeah, I don't just do video editing. I also help clients with titles and thumbnails and some other stuff they need. But I realized that having something instant is something I needed. I wanted to feel that I was actually doing something. I think it's because all my life, I was always questioning whether I was actually valuable or helpful. I remember in college group projects, I would always reflect or think, was I actually useful in this project? Did I actually help, or was I just there? Or was I just another piece of weight that was dragging the team behind? Was I just a waste of time? I'm realizing this now, but I've been video editing for a long time. If I recall, my first video was in grade 5 in elementary. I was doing a song cover where I did the drums and the guitar all by myself. And then I also edited in junior high, where I edited some short films for a film class. I did it in senior high again for a intro class where we did some commercials. And I did it in college where I also edited a documentary for a class. And I realized that I always enjoy seeing the output that I make. Yeah, the validation from other people, like saying that, oh, your video is nice, that adds to my happiness. But I think I just like creating. I like making something and having fun with it. I like seeing what I made and seeing what I could improve. And yeah, just having fun with it. I think that's really it. So yeah, video editing gives me more instant results, which I enjoy. Like I can really just see that I can finish it now. Like my output is out now. The results aren't the same with coaching where let's say they can get their first job like in 3 months or so, or they feel satisfied with themselves in 3 months. With video editing, I have more control over the output where I can have it now. Like I can build it now, I can edit it now, maybe post it. Same as with this video. That's why I like having a creative output. I can just enjoy what I make, my simple edits. So yeah, video editing gives me instant results. Another reason why I like being a freelancer is I have the freedom to choose who I work with. I think this is one of the best things I can share with you as a freelancer. Literally the freedom to choose who you work with. Don't get me wrong though. It was very scary when I was starting since I had no client yet. I had an accountability who was in the same boat. He was also looking for a client. I was also looking for a client. So we would just hop on a call every day to help keep each other accountable. And it worked. Like it helped a lot. Luckily, we were able to get ourselves in a position where we could reject the prospects that didn't align with our values or what we wanted. And this matters since we were both sort of recovering from burnout. So it was very important for us to set boundaries and to keep away from micromanagers and to really find someone who would establish a mutual respect with you as they work with you. And honestly, I think the client I have now is a gift from God. Since we both align in terms of values, he is also not in a rush. He respects living a healthier lifestyle and he also respects me as a professional. So this is really one of the biggest perks I think I can share with you for freelancing. It's choosing who you work with. If I stayed as a facilitator, I could have done that. I could have chose who I work with. If I stayed as a coach, I could have done that as well. I could have chosen who I coach. Could have avoided corporate clients just so I can keep my peace. But similar to the reason earlier, coaching and workshops isn't really sustainable for me right now. So here comes the last reason why I like freelancing as a video editor. And it's really with the scalability of freelance and video editing in general. I think I enjoy helping YouTubers since I get to be part of the creative process. And I realize they need help with a lot of things. They need help with titles, thumbnails, hooks, editing, everything else. Compared to doing workshops for corporate and one-on-one coaching, I think I can actually outsource my work in video editing if ever things get too heavy. Of course, I'm not at that stage yet. I'm not making enough money to be able to pay someone else to do my work. I'm not even getting past just getting my basic needs yet. But there is that potential. If you can just learn how to land clients and help them efficiently, you can honestly scale your freelancing. So for me, if ever I scale and build it into an agency, I'll be able to help smaller editors or freelancers who just need that first project or that first gig. And I think with video editing, it's less of a hustle once you have, let's say, a few clients that are retainers already. Since for workshops, it's a one-time payment. For coaching, it can be a monthly payment, but it's not a guarantee with my brand yet. With video editing, if I get to secure, let's say, 2 clients, hopefully, and I just sustain them over the next few years and they actually enjoy my work, then I won't have to super hustle to just get more and more clients. I can just stay with them and I can just focus on maintaining my work and maintaining my healthy lifestyle and all of that. So yeah, the final reason for me liking freelancing as a video editor is really the scalability of it. Maybe compared to the other stuff I've tried. And yeah, I think I also have the skills for video editing compared to the other stuff, compared to copywriting, graphic design or whatever. So yeah, it just all aligns. So if you found this video helpful or valuable, do let me know and I can make more of these. Also, do let me know in the comments what kind of content you might want next if ever you're watching. Like I said, the videos I post, these are just creative outlets for me. But yeah, feel free to also watch my other videos, my 6 morning routine habits that I do, and starting the thing, which is my first video for the channel. And if you like content about life and learning and everything else, feel free to like and subscribe. It will help a lot. And yeah, see you on the next one.